Hey everybody, David Flute here, Cabinet Secretary for the South Dakota Department of Tribal Relations. You know, in the past few videos that we've been doing for the month of November, none is more important to me than Veterans Day. And again, we want to share just a little bit of this week's video to be mindful of all of our veterans, all of our veterans that have served from World War I to the modern conflicts that we see in the Gulf War today. You know, for me as an American Indian, I have a long family lineage of warriors, and that's where we come from. And so we're very patriotic. My whole family, a lot of our Indian people, in all of our tribes throughout the region, especially the veterans, very patriotic to this country. We honor our flags, not just our red, white, and blue. We also honor our tribal flags. We honor our eagle feather staffs. The first flags of Indian people was the eagle feather staff. But we also honor and have a high respect for, our American flag. And so I just want to share just a couple of the, contributions that American Indian veterans have made to protecting our freedom here in the United States of America and also Indian country. What happens to our country affects Indian country as well. And so I found that a lot of my brothers and sisters that have joined the armed forces have done so with great pride and honor to their ancestors, our ancestors, and their tribe and their people. You know, going back to World War I and II, we know that there were code talkers, and we know that there's some hard conversations that happen when it comes to Indian people and the language and our culture, but we have to be thankful and be respectful. Why I'm sharing this video for Veterans Day, that the American Indian language, had it been lost, we wouldn't have been able to use it as code during these two conflicts, World War I and World War II. The United States of America, our U.S. military, has acknowledged through congressional actions that the native languages were a major contribution to winning the war, especially in the Pacific. The Navajo code talkers were the most, well-known, but there were other code talkers, and specifically here for South Dakota, we do have Sioux code talkers. And so just wanted to share a little bit of that history. But also we had prisoners of war that, survived the most unthinkable, challenges that one could imagine. The Bataan Death March. I would like to share Lewis Williams and Winfield Thompson from my tribe were Bataan Death March survivors. They were Dakotas from the Sistenwapton Sioux tribe. We have an annual memorial walk that happens during the 4th of July powwow. You're always welcome to come to that event. Woodrow Wilson Keeble, Woody Keeble, is the only Sioux Indian to win our nation's highest medal, the Congressional Medal of Honor. And Woody had served in World War II, and he also served in Korea. And it is in Korea during the Korean War where he won the Congressional Medal of Honor. Unfortunately, it was awarded to him posthumously, but his acts of gallantry and bravery were seen during the Korean War, and he saved dozens of Marines and other servicemen. So we want to acknowledge that, but also want to acknowledge the other, we have other well-decorated veterans from Vietnam, Basil Heath from Yankton Sioux tribe, that's part of the Flandreau Honor Guard. A lot of Vietnam veterans that are highly decorated as well too. And I also want to share, unfortunately, that in Desert Storm, the first Gulf War, Stephen Benslin was a member of the Sistenwapton Sioux tribe. He was the first to be killed in action during Desert Storm. And then finally, Lori Paestua of the Hopi people. She was the first Native American woman to be killed in combat. And so I just want to share those those stories for Veterans Day, and why we as American Indian people really pride ourselves on carrying on the warrior traditions that run in our our tribes and our culture, and especially in our veins and our blood. We love this country, and we'll do anything to protect it. So, for Veterans Day, just want to share that little bit of a background of why we celebrate Veterans Day, especially American Indians. And there are veterans powwows that are taking place. The Santee Sioux tribe in Nebraska, right across the border, has powwows, and so does the Sistenwapton Sioux tribe. There's other tribes in Minnesota and other tribes throughout the region that have powwows too, and they're always open to the public. And veterans, you're always welcome to come. So with that, I want to say thank you to our veterans, and God bless. Thank you.